Hello and welcome everybody to another Rocket League stream here on this lovely Monday night. It's going to be a NACE that's going to be taking the show. It's going to be ODU versus USF Gold. I am Jonathan Ace Conjure Robinson, and by beside me is
Benjamin Draper, Benjamin_7.
Yep, and we're going to be getting off here momentarily, so stay tuned and we'll be going right into game one. All right, and here we go. We're going to be starting off with game one against USF, and it looks like USF is going to have the advantage on the kickoff, and Dan is making a break for it on offense. Going to take a little bit of single control here. Already passed another defender, knocks it down, but not able to get it center for a pass.
And GoGod trying to get something going there with the second chance, but not the deal here, as Curl is going to have to defend it as the shot from Banger for USF goes off, but he'll get credited with the save early on here. First 20 seconds have gone by, and this is a best-of-5 series, so first team to win three matches will be the victor here this evening, and Old Dominion looking for their first victory of the regular season. So we're very excited to be doing the stream, and hopefully they'll do something here. But GoGod with the save there.
Oh, GoGod with the shot. Follow up by Kuro, and it's a goal for ODU. Just catching that defender from USF out right there on the post.
That was a great opportunity for Old Dominion. Hit it on the post there, but Kuro was there with the deflection and being able to knock it into the net to get the 1-0 advantage here. So early goal for Old Dominion to have that little bit of momentum to start off the series.
So momentum's always a very key factor in this types of games, especially just to open up the game with a good score. And GoGod knocks it over, almost up to the backboard, making Yungang. I think that's Yungang. Is that what it is?
I think so. It's Yagami or something.
Whoever it is just had to actually go off the backboard and just be able to get the block off. Justin putting it back up the backboard. And Sean able to get the clear off, but it looks like Crow's putting it right back on him.
Crow trying to get it back into the zone, but it is going to defend it, and GoGod's going to have to be back for the save right there, and the aerial shot away from net, and you can see Justin trying to move it up left side. Crow is going to move it up left side, though. Try to get a center going, but that won't be the case as it'll be defended, and you can see GoGod with the shot there, and it'll be saved by Yagami, so Yagami with the save for USF to keep this at a 1-0 deficit.
Yep, Yagami able to make the push downfield. Sean with a nice little double touch off the corner, trying to keep the individual control right there. Was trying to get a nice center pass mid, or trying to count out the defenders right there from ODU, but ODU will just hold it strong.
So let's see what Old Dominion wants to do here. They have a little bit of boost on their side, and you can see that USF didn't have the boost. And the shot there from Igami is saved by Just Dan. A big opportunity for the Bulls to tie this one up at 1, but not the case as Just Dan gets the save. And you can see Goat Guy trying to clear it left side, and USF with the shot there, and Just Dan with another big save as Sean is credited with the shot. And you can see the center from USF gave him an opportunity, another opportunity as Sean shoots it above the crossbar. So USF with a few chances here, but Old Dominion has been able to play defense and being able to keep this at a 1-0 advantage. And Goat Guy with another save there. So a lot of shots
by Dan. And that's going to put Kuro in a really bad situation that leaves Yagami open for the shot. Right here you see just a redirect off of Banger. Gets it past Just Dan, can't read it off the backboard, and just Kuro basically just kind of having to figure out which way he's going to hit it from the middle and just pick the wrong way.
Just so unfortunate for Old Dominion in that encounter just because they weren't able to clear the ball. And not being able to clear the ball on multiple shot opportunities right there is pretty pivotal. And you can see that USF was able to capitalize, and they're able to tie this game at 1. So 2:30 left to go. It's a tie game. Let's see who can score the next goal and gain the momentum in this game 1.
Let's see. That's not the touch that Dan was hoping for right there. Just kind of left it middle for Sean and Banger to kind of work on it. Yagami trying to come in for the hit, but Go got able to keep it, and he's going for the bump. Kuro's going to have to try and knock this middle as fast as he can, but is not going to be able to catch up to it and get the pass middle. But now it's down to Dan on the defense. Go got able to get a touch, but it looks like Banger able to just deflect that off to the side, but Kuro's there to recover it.
And Goat Guy hitting into the wall. Kuro's there on the wall trying to get set up. And not the case as Banger will hit it in front of the net. Just now will get credited with the save as it was going to drop right there in front of the net. But it is out to midfield as USF is trying to make a play happen. And they're pushing the right side. Deshaun is to front, and he will be saved by Kuro there. A big opportunity for USF, but it was there, and it was read right by Kuro. And being able to prevent anything from happening right there. And Banger with another shot with the center there for Sean, but they're not going to be able to capitalize on that opportunity, so it'll go wide. And Old Dominion moving up down the field. And you can see Curl with an opportunity with the shot. And that's a big goal from Curl as Curl will get the first goal of his night. And that's a big opportunity for him as they got the center, and the ball is there for him to take a shot and being able to get it past the goalkeeper. And they take the 2-1 lead here with the minute 28 to play.
Yeah, very good, solid ball control right there. Goat also going upfield and get the bump on Banger, which is able to open up the goal for Kuro to have a nice, easy slot on the right side. But right now, Banger on the offensive push, trying to knock underneath or going for a ground pinch right there, but Kuro able to recover. But what a 50 from Sean. Just came all the way down from the ceiling, just knocks it straight back down to his teammate. That's going to be a risky pass. Goat just able to intercept just in time.
Risky pass going wide of the net. Goat with the chance right there. Shot on net, but it's going to be saved by Banger. So a big save for USF to keep this at a 1-goal game. And you can see Curl keeping it in the net, and it's going to be a hit right out of the zone as Just Dan will hit it right back, and it'll be the left side. But the pass goes front of the net, and Curl is there to get the touch and being able to. It won't actually go out of the zone. So an opportunity for USF in this encounter. And the shot there from Banger will actually go in with the credit of Yagami with the assist. And that is a big goal for USF with 45 seconds left to play in this game. And they're able to tie this one at 2. So a pivotal goal in the final minute of this game here.
Just a little bit of a miscommunication right there on defense. You see both defenders of ODU were just in that corner. Goka trying to intercept up high. Dan was trying to go a little bit down low. But when Yagami came off that back wall, he ended up just Goomba stopping Dan right down to the floor, which Pip just completely stalled his jump to get up to the block. And that's allowed them to get the goal. That's a solid play from USF, but right now 30 seconds left for ODU. I think they're going to be able to capitalize here soon. Dan going to knock it up, trying to get a center pass. Oh, he's going to get the redirect. That's off back wall. Gokad almost able to get to it in time, but just not able to slot it in post.
What an opportunity that was for Old Dominion, but they weren't able to capitalize on the shot. And Gokad with the demolition there on Sean. And it is deep in Old Dominion zone, but Just Dan is going to hit it up and try to get something set up in the final 10 seconds here. Let's see if Gokad can get something going right wall. Kuro is going to get the shot up in the air, and is going to be touched by the defense. And it looks like we will be going to an overtime here in the split second.
Don't say it just yet because his ball's still up. It's still on the net. It might be in. Ooh, but just off the crossbar and almost a redirect in from Sean right there. He was reading that if he's a little bit more right, that could have been a very dangerous situation. Could have even been a goal for USF, just calling it a one-game lead. But right now
he committed too much to the angle, and he was just a little too ahead of it.
Ooh, but what a hit by Yagami. Able to read it and just gets the ground pinch right underneath the defender of ODU. I think that was Curl that went up for the block. Ooh. Oh, it goes under Carl right there. That's actually Gokad. Dan able to get the read off the backboard. Or not the backboard, off the pinch. Goka trying to get a 50 going, but right now with Kuro back on defense, single in corner. Damn, might be on post, but is able to read it. Just going to relieve the offensive pressure of on ODU.
And let's see what Old Dominion could do here. 37 seconds gone by. Demolition on Goat God. Yagami takes one out of the equation, and it's going to fall in front of the net. Can someone capitalize? And the shot is there above the crossbar, but Sean is there to get it away, and he will hit his aerial shot, and it'll get above the defender. So an open chance there for USF for the split second, but nonetheless, Kuro is there to defend it, and it'll go up the right wall as Goat God will try to get something going, and that's at the corner. But it'll be a little bit above, and it'll be in the offensive zone for Old Dominion. But you can see that USF trying to capitalize. And you got me there with the save on Goat God.
But demo. Oh, but Kuro just not able to get there in time, not able to take advantage of the demo on the defender right there. Just had an open net behind, just couldn't get it past the one. But now Goat God up for the hit. Kuro leaves it there. Kuro with the doink! But what a shot! Puts it in the top left corner right there. Watch the play. Banger able to try and knock it out and clear. Goat God sees Kuro right below him. Kuro gets right underneath of it, gets a nice doink, slots a top left corner out of the placement of Yagami, and that's going to be a goal for Old Dominion, and we take game one.
Wow, what a shot from Kuro there to finish it off. And he gets the hat trick in that game. So throw out the hats for Kuro in game number one as he scores every goal for the Monarchs here. And you got to see that the saves made from Old Dominion as a team overall got to be pivotal in this game. And you see it's 10 saves as Justin led the way with 4 saves as Goat God and Kuro had their 3 saves respectively. And Goat God with his 2 assists, I mean, overall, a great performance from Old Dominion on both sides of the field and also putting the pressure on them defensively. You had the 10 shots from Old Dominion in that game one. So very exciting to see what ODU is doing in this first match, and we're going to see what they can do to build off of that and getting into game two.
Yeah, overall, I mean, 14 shots from USF, so they were definitely not lighting the load. They were putting us on very heavy offensive pressure right there. I say they had about 6 saves in total, but we had about 10 shots on the net, but we had 10 saves in total, which shows that if any of those missed, that could have been a tie game or that could have been our game over with. But the team play right there was very cohesive. The assist from Goat God were able to get it to Kuro, him slotting in post. When you're able to put shot on after shot on, you kind of want to keep having him shoot at the net because you know eventually one's going to go in, and overall that's what they kind of formulated that plan, and that's what led to the victory.
And we saw last week how Old Dominion kind of had a little bit of trouble with placements in terms of the counterattack. What have you seen from the game one that could possibly be improved from last week?
Overall, they've improved a lot. I see even they're on defense, they were able to figure out their offensive pressure when they needed to go. They figured out where they needed to be. They're placing themselves in optimal positions to be able to take advantage of those offensive pressures, and even on defense they're being able to be very pivotal and keep themselves from getting scored on. But it looks like we're going into game 2, but there's currently nobody on screen.
It looks like we have technical difficulties at the moment here. It seems that the game is playing, but we just do not see the action at the moment here.
And we know that they're moving right now, but currently we're going to figure that out real quick.
Yeah.
And so we saw the boost moving and everything, so we know that there is a game going on. But currently we do not have footage of the game going on. So we're going to figure that out real quick, and then we'll get right back to you on that. But back to kind of what you mentioned about the first game that we had against Boise and Oakland. That was very tough losses for us. But overall, it was a very good learning experience. They're kind of learning what they were not great on from those games and kind of incorporating this one. They're trying to figure out the flaws and be able to correct those faults and capitalize on the optimal opportunities that they'll have in these games.
Yeah, and you mentioned they lost to Oakland and Boise, but they also did beat Wake Forest in a 3-1 game as well. Even if it was considered a show match, it is still a fact that you could take into consideration just because they did gain a victory last week. But nonetheless, we're in here in game number 2. 1:20 already gone by. No score to account for. So let's see what happens here. As you can see, Old Dominion trying to get some pressure here as Justin was not there on the timing with the ball in front of the net there.
Yeah, overall, right as we joined in, it looked like they were kind of going a little bit more on the heavier set demo on this game at least, or at least that's what the approach that USF was taking right there. We joined in, they got a demo right off the bat, had a few bumps already. But right now, ODU still being able to be more composed. They haven't let anything go back by that. No free nets. They're trying to keep that placement well. And so far, it looks like their offensive pressure has been pretty decent so far, too. I say looking at the scoreboard and the boost, it looks like ODU is kind of taking advantage of what the opportunities are given to them. Just haven't been able to capitalize on a score yet.
2 minutes gone by and no score yet. And you can see the shot being a little bit above the net. So above the crossbar, but a big shot from Justin. And another second chance from Goat God, and Goat God will seal the deal with the goal there. So Justin with a pivotal shot hit the crossbar, but it comes right back out, and Goat God is there with the second chance. And they will get the goal as Old Dominion strikes first in game number 2. So a big second chance opportunity there for Goat God, and he's there to capitalize.
Yeah, overall, the very split second of offensive pressure that was right there, ODU was able to capitalize on what they were given. I see Goat still being within the play. Banger not getting the hit off the backboard that he was hoping for, and just overall good play from ODU. Just be able to be conservative on that part, but know when they were able to attack. But now USF is kind of on the defensive end, but they will be flipped right around here for the offensive pressure. But what a save right there. So USF is going to have to start putting some pressure on if they want to get past these Monarchs.
And you can see the aerial attack going there. Curl with the shot, but it'll be saved by Banger in the process. So another big opportunity for the Monarchs early midway through this game. But it is still 1-0 as we speak. So Yagami trying to get it out of the zone, and you can see the shot went a little bit wide there, and Curl is going to get demoed in the process, and Gogot's going to have to defend. He'll get it out, and it'll be at midfield, but USF trying to get the pressure on, and Curl will get a demolition right back to this team. So a trade on both ends here, but on Old Dominion here with the 1-0 lead.
I see. I kind of like the aggressive play right there, but they got to. I understand the bumps are a little bit angry, but Curl with the shot almost slots it, but Sean with a great save. But as you see, I saw that they were starting to go for a little bit more of the bumping play. They got to be a little bit conservative on that, because if you try to overreach on that, that leaves your team in a very vulnerable position that could lead to an easy goal for USF.
And there's a save right there from Goga above the crossbar. The ball could have potentially fell right in front of the net, but he takes that risk away anyways. And you can see Curl trying to shoot it out to midfield, and you can see Banger of USF keeping it in the zone. He'll keep it up the left wall. He'll get a center there, and the shot is there as Old Dominion was not going to able to defend that. And he gets the shot right there off the wall, got the right angle on it as it'll just bounce right in. And it actually came off of an Old Dominion defender. So unfortunate play for ODU as the game is now tied 1-1 with 1:13 to play.
Yeah, Banger with that just individual ball control right there, just was able to put it into a certain situation where he was above the ball, and if Dan just knocked it right up, he was definitely going to get dunked. But what a save from Curl right there off of Yugami. But now they're on the offensive attack. But yeah, I would say that was just a very unlucky just read from Goat God, just not able to take advantage of where he thought he was going to place the ball at, and then Dan just couldn't get underneath of it. But overall, what a save from Curl right there to keep that 1-1 game right now.
45 left to play here. Let's see what next goal could potentially win this one. And you can see USF deep in her zone, and you can see the shot from Sean there. It's going to go deep, but it'll go wide of the net. As you can see, Goga trying to get something set up to Curl, and Sean is there to defend it. And it's actually in front of the net, but it'll go down to the left side of the wall. And Justin trying to make a play on it, but nothing going there. And Curl and Goga trying to get something going there in midfield, and they're going to miss it. So the ball still available for anybody to take, and it's going to be hit out as Old Dominion trying to play a little defensive here. Big save there from Goat God as Yugami got the save. Another shot there from Banger, and Curl is there with the save as the demolition is there on Justin. There's an opportunity, and a shot there from Sean is wide, and Curl and Goat God trying to clear it. 1 second left to play here. Let's see what they can do.
Looks like it's going to be going into overtime, but the offensive pressure right there from USF was very, very good. They were keeping us on the defensive end very much so. We couldn't really get it out or onto our offensive side of the field right now. But Goat now last on defense and able to get the 50, but right now USF is putting on an immense amount of offensive pressure right now.
Let's see what they can do to try to capitalize on that. Sean hitting it in the zone. There's a pass there. Could he get a shot? Won't be able to do so. It's centered in front of the net, but Curl is able to hit it out, and Sean is there to defend it as they have maintained the pressure. But it looks like Old Dominion will finally get into the zone, possibly get something going, but it won't be the case as they will hit it right out. But Old Dominion hits it back in, and Yagami switches sides of the field with an opportunity right side. Can he get the center? He'll get the shot.
What a save from Gokon, able to keep it off the post, but what a slot. That would have been from USF right there. I think Sean had the shot on, but what a save from Gokon, able to read where that ball was going to go.
He wasn't credited with the save, but it will be a save anyways to keep it 1-1 here.
Let's see, Dan getting faked out right there by Banger. Banger just taking his time, not trying to rush it right now. He's a little bit low, but currently Crows senses what is going on, able to make the offensive attack start to unfold here. But USF now down one player from the demo from Gogod right there.
You can see Gogod trying to make his way up the right side, and you can see the deflection actually coming back in the zone. Justin is there to defend it, and you can see another hit right there towards the net, and it'll go above as Goat God trying to clear it out left side, and Curl is there as well, and Goat God trying to get something going, and Curl trying to get a touch there at midfield. Just Dan will get the touch, and it'll hit into the right corner as he tries to get a second touch on it, but he won't be able to do so, and Goat God keeping it at midfield. There's just a lot of contesting at midfield, trying to see which side of the field that they're going to play on, but a minute 40 gone by, no goals to account for here in this overtime period.
Goat going up for the aerial hit right there. Looks like he's trying to go off the backboard. Yagami able to read where he's putting it on post. But Yagami now keeping that ball control. Look at that. Just almost was able to get an aerial touch off of that. Started boosting up with it. Just not able to get enough underneath of it or off the wall. Now Yagami back up in the air. The aerial's off the backboard. Already pushed over to our half. Almost gets the ground pinch. But Crow able to read where that was going to go. And keeps it more on the offensive side for ODU. But USF is right now laying on the shots.
Oh, that's a misplay from Old Dominion, and Yagami is going to be there to capitalize as the defender missed the ball after it had bounced off the wall. It was actually Goat God with the unfortunate miss, and USF capitalizes on it, and they take the 2-1 victory here in Game 2.
Yeah, so the speed of that game was constant. I say everybody was hitting back and forth immediately, but Sean able to recognize that he could take his time right there or try to fake out the defender. Boosts up, backflips out of it, gets Goat God to fly right over top, thinking that he was going to go high, putting Dan in a 1v2 situation right there. He had two people trying to shoot, so he was just kind of in a predict situation. But overall, that was still a very good game from both ends, and I can't say who the series is going to go to. I say first game was
pretty
close.
evenly matched.
Yeah,
I mean, 11 shots there for USF. Pretty big factor in that game, just maintaining the pressure on Old Dominion's defense. And obviously, they were able to make sure that they can capitalize on that final goal and seal the deal. But, I mean, if you can't handle the pressure of USF and being able to defend or getting in out of your defensive zone, there's really only much that you can do in the process. But they got to get a little bit more going on the offensive side because USF was able to counter that in this game, too.
Yeah, so unfortunately for that game, we weren't able to really put any offensive pressure right there. As you see, it seems like the opportunities that were given to start pushing it downfield, it's like we were either really low on boost from watching kind of the overview of that game, seeing everybody individually. It seemed like only one person was able to really capitalize on that play. But overall, I mean, even on defense, I think we had a decent amount of saves. But
Goat God led the way with 3.
Yeah, I say Goat God able to come up with that clutch save at the end, just wasn't able to get enough. But overall, just great play from both sides right now. So hopefully going into Game 3, we get to see the Monarchs.
And we're jumping right into the thick of things as Old Dominion will be on the blue once again, and they are looking to overcome this 1-1 tie in the series and try to take a 2-1 advantage with Game 3 here, but they're going to need a win to do so. And you can see Old Dominion playing defensive here to start things off, and the pressure from USF already there, and Banger with the shot. It'll be a bar down goal as they will get the first goal of this game with 18 seconds already gone by.
Yeah, say Dan just kind of in a bit of an awkward situation right there on defense. Had to back into the net. Crow had to take the hit, but unfortunately just too much on it, and just when he peppered it off the wall, it bounced so far out that it was an open opportunity for USF to take advantage of that. But right now, Crow back on the ball, trying to aerial it down, almost gets a touch, but Banger just able to get a hold of it, keeping it out of their net. But Goat God able to get the retaliation.
Ooh.
Just a little bit too wide, but that placement is almost where it needs to be.
And you can see Old Dominion playing on the right side here. Crow's going to hit it upfield. Can he get something going off the wall? He'll get a center going. It'll actually be defended, so it'll be in the corner still. But Goat God is there with the secondary touch. And it'll switch sides of the field. And you can see that USF trying to get upfield. They'll try to get something going center. And it'll be a shot there, but it'll actually be not much of a shot.
Oh, but what a shot. Goat God needs to catch up to this. He needs to get a center, but it's right to Crow.
Oh.
Crow with a 50, knocking it over Yagami. But what a play from Goat God right there. You can see he read that he was going to try and go high right there. Knocks it underneath for the ground pinch. And Crow, realizing that he needs to get on top of that ball, 50s it right over top of Yagami.
A great play from Goat God there to set it up for Crow to get that goal. So Old Dominion strikes back with their goal early on after that first goal from USF in the first 18 seconds.
Flip reset from Sean right there. Trying to get more of an aerial play right there. Tried to flip reset and get back to it. Maybe you're trying to go for a musty, but now Goat God on the backboard. Able to get the defense, but Yagami pushing it right back on.
You can see the aerial work. Aerial down. Yagami with the shot, with the pass, and it'll be Sean that'll get the pass and scores. So USF takes a 2-1 advantage. Not very much longer than when Old Dominion had got that first goal. So a trade on both ends of the field here, and 3 goals to account for in the first minute 15 seconds already.
And it's going to seem like it's a very back-and-forth game right now. Goka now on the offensive pressure, just not able to read the bounce that was going to get right off a kickoff right there, but Sean able to take in the control, goes for the mustard right there, keeps control of the ball. It's going to be a lot of individual control here. You're going to see a lot of technical and mechanical plays right now from this type of team. And once you get up to the higher-end Rocket League, it just becomes who has really good mechanics, and then you also have to
who can play better aerial, basically.
Correct. It's a very big aerial game because that's where 3/4 of the game is going to be. It's like if you can control where that ball's going to go in the air, pretty much you have control of most of the game because you have to be unpredictable. And if you can be unpredictable in the air, the game's nearly yours.
And you can see USF trying to get a shot there. And the shot will actually go on, but it will go wide as they'll get it out of the zone. Yagami hitting it right back in front. But it'll go to midfield. And Sean keeping it in. USF just maintaining offensive pressure here. Yagami with the shot. And it's actually a pass, but it'll be defended well by Old Dominion. So ODU needs to get out of the zone and try to get something going offensively if they want to try to tie this one at 2.
And right now, Goka kind of keeping the backboard alive, able to get it out at least to the corner, so that way it's leaving a little bit of pressure from the defensive end for Old Dominion. But Dan looks like he's trying to find his place, maybe a little bit low on boost, but now it's a shot from Yagami, and now you got the follow from Banger, and it might be going to corner, but Dan able to miss the bump. But they are just putting shots on right now. It's just constant abuse on that backboard right now for the Monarchs. They really need to get this out.
They have been in the defensive zone for about the last minute and a half. They need to do something here to try to get out of the zone, get something going offensively, and try to get some opportunities because they have yet to do so right here. And Banger with an opportunity himself, and a shot there, a secondary chance. It'll hit off the post, and Sean is gonna get in front of the net. It'll be a center, and it'll be on the opposite end as Banger playing in the right corner, and you can see he hits it above Goat God, and you can see a shot there as Just Down with a save. Another big save from Old Dominion to keep this at a 1-goal deficit. But USF, with every opportunity they can, they are making sure they're making the best of it as they are just putting shots on net left and right.
So right now, the Monarchs are a little bit of a deficit right now, at least on boost. Looks like they might be boost off right now. I know at least Goat God is down, but currently they are just trying to hang on and try and get this ball back down the field. But the Monarchs are trying to hold their own. They haven't let anything else slip by so far. So if they can get that offensive push, then they might be able to capitalize.
Minute 20 left to do so, so it's going to be a little bit of a time crunch. And then you can see the shot there from Yagami, set up by Banger, and Banger with a nice pass in front to Yagami to get that angled shot, and he's able to make this a 2-goal game. So Old Dominion now needs 2 goals in a game where they have not really done much offensively. Pretty steep task for them to overcome in this final minute 15.
It may be a steep task, but I know they're able to do it. They just need to figure out their rotational. They just need to kind of get back into their sequences because right now they're playing a little bit off. They're playing like almost like he needs to be on the ball all the time. Goka trying to fill in that back man, but then you have Dan that's trying to play third, and it's just a constant confliction right there on where you need to be. But right now, Crow's going to go for the shot, gets the reset, not able to take advantage of it, but it's coming right back center. Dan might be able to jump up before it, but he has no boost. He doesn't have anything to really take care of that.
Trying to get a center there, and Crow might get a shot there, but it's going to be played by Yagami. So he'll get first touch, but Goat God is going to be there to keep it in the zone there at midfield, but Yagami will actually get the better of touch, and he's going to do the aerial down and get in front of the net, but it'll be defended well by Old Dominion. So 30 seconds left to play. They're going to need 2 goals if they want to tie this and potentially force an overtime here.
I see right now USF just keeping that really good constant pressure. And what a pass right there from Yagami to Sean. Sean just realizing that Yagami is going to be able to get to it, or the call comes through. So he just doesn't get the touch that he wants. Yagami able to recuperate and just free flip out to it. Just knocks underneath Goat God and just hands it to Sean for the goal.
Everything's just working out for the Bulls team right now. They're just making the passes that they need and able to open up the door for these goals to happen. And you can see that the last 20 seconds left to play here. Carl's going to try to get something going aerial-wise, and nothing to do as Banger's going to defend Goat God's push. And final 10 seconds as USF with another opportunity there, and Yagami with another goal. So Yagami read that one just right, and he was able to capitalize off of it and being able to get that touch before Just Dan did. So USF extends the lead to 5-1 here with 7 left to play.
I say just the speed from USF. This game has just been immense pressure, and they're just constantly putting it on the backboard, just pounding and pounding the ball against. They're trying to make something work. Not necessarily on every hit, but just trying to force ODU to make a mistake on defense, and that's what they took advantage of. Right as ODU made that mistake, USF was able to capitalize, which leads to this 5-1 loss.
And Sean, MVP of that game with his 2 goals. He had 4 shots on the goal. And Ugami as well with USF. They had the 2 goals as well. So Curl with the only goal for Old Dominion in that round and only 5 shots to account for ODU overall. You're going to need more than 5 shots if you want to have any opportunity in this one. But like you mentioned, the speed definitely at a vast difference at the moment here, as USF has had all the speed, they've had all the pressure, and they've been able to do things offensively that Old Dominion has not even really had a chance to do so since they won their first game.
Yeah, see, after the first game, it looks like USF just kind of took a little bit of a breather, kind of analyzed the situation, were able to figure out where their strengths were and what their weaknesses were, and able to kind of adapt to the playstyle that the Monarchs have, and they were able to take massive advantage of what happened in this Game 3, leading that 5-1 loss. But yeah, I say they put another 11 shots on our net. They had, I think, 6 saves, which I think matched the amount of shots that we had even on their offensive end. So, I mean, USF, no slouch on either end. Just it looks like the Monarchs are just going to have to take a breather, settle down, calm down, and just kind of get back into what they need to be, get back into a groove, and they might be able to bring the series back.
So USF with a 2-1 advantage here in this series. It is a best of 5, so first team to win 3 matches will win. So we're going to take a short break here, take a few minutes before we get this lobby set up for game number 4. So the Monarchs are looking to win game 4 to force a game 5, so stick around as we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, folks, they just jumped right in. Apologies for the little delay, but already a minute gone by and a demolition from Curl there. Game number 4 between these two teams. USF has won back-to-back games after dropping that first one to Old Dominion. So ODU trying to fight back and try to force a game 5 with the win here in this match, but no goals to account for in the first minute 15 here.
I say just a little bit of technical difficulties, but we are back in this game. But so far, it is still 0-0. Monarchs still do hold on to a chance. But it looks like it's going to go over top of Dan's head. And not able to read it. Yagami trying to get the pass center, but Sean now up, getting the 50 off of Gokop. But what a touch out the banger. He's going to try and slot it in the top left corner. Almost puts it right where he needs to be. But luckily, Yagami's back to also take the defensive pressure, because Gokop actually put that ball in net. If he wasn't back, that was a goal. But currently, the Monarchs are going to have to be on the offensive attack. They cannot rest. They need to be able to get this game in.
And Banger trying to get something working out in front. And the aerial down and a shot from Yugami, but it is saved by Goat God. A big save from Goat God to keep this tied at 0. But, man, USF vamping up the pressure early on in this game. Not even 2 minutes gone by. And they've already had several opportunities. There's an opportunity for Old Dominion, but it is saved by Banger as Curl had a floater going towards the net. But USF was able to get it away out in time and be able to keep this tied at 0. But chances on both ends of the field here, and you can see Curl trying to get something going in the right corner, but he's going to be defended as Gokot is there to assist. Ooh. And he'll get a center. Can he get a shot off on the other side? He won't be able to do so. And USF's able to get out of zone and get a shot themselves as Justin is there with the save on Banger. So a lot of action on both sides.
But what
of
a
the
demo!
field.
That leaves the goal open. Curl needs to get there. He needs to knock it in. But what a goal! What a read from Curl right there. Watch the third man from USF just wait for the hit. I think that was Sean that was trying to rotate out, but Curl able to analyze what the situation was, demos him, leaves it open, and that's a goal for Old Dominion right there. That's crucial.
Yep. And only halfway gone by in this game, we have a 1-goal lead. So let's see if Old Dominion can try to hold this 1-goal lead. But USF, I mean, surely they're going to be bringing all the pressures that they've been doing in the last few games here. So let's see what ODU is trying to do. And you can see Yagami trying to get something going. It's going to go right side of the net. Possible second chance. And you see Banger keeping it in the zone for USF. And you can see Curl trying to hit it out. And Yagami's hitting the aerial. So just an opportunity on both ends of the field for both teams here. USF looking to close things out, and Old Dominion trying to force a game 5.
Yeah, right now, ODU has the opportunity to keep the offensive pressure alive. They just need to be smart about it. You don't want to overextend, because right as you do that, it's going to leave it open like it is right now. There is nobody back, but luckily Go-Got able to analyze the situation, and Curl able to get the save. That was a dangerous situation. That just left the defense was not there for a second. That could have been an easy goal for USF if they analyzed it a little bit quicker.
Huge goal, or huge save from Curl there to prevent the goal and keep this a 1-0 game. But at the moment here, USF is going to be in desperate need of gaining that goal as we approach the 1 minute mark left in this game. You can see Go-Got's going to hit it, and he's going to get it out of the zone just a bit. But you can see another shot from Ugami. He's trying to set it up. It'll actually go wide, and nobody's going to touch it. Ugami with another chance, but Go-Got will get a save. Another shot, and it'll be in as Sean will get the 3rd shot on net. And it'll be another goal for USF as they have tied this game with 1:05 left to play. Yeah, it's a pivotal goal for USF there.
Yeah, so when you saw the 50 from Go-Got right there, when he 50'd it off of it, looked like banger. He ended up getting turned all the way around. Dan tried to come in and clear it as well, or try to get to the ball in time, but just realized that he was too far back, and Kuro just being already up the field a little bit, left that back post open, and USF able to analyze that, and Sean just slots it.
So 50 seconds left to play here. It might be next goal situation wins it, and a big shot from Banger, but Curl is there with the save at the top of the goal. So another opportunity for USF to try to take the lead in the final minute here, and it looks like they're going to try to get on that pressure once again as Sean is hitting left side of the net, and you can see Go-Got trying to play defense there on the touch, but Ugami is there with the center, and he tries to get the shot there as Justin will get the save. And you can see Sean with another big shot, trying to get a second of the game, and another big save by Justin as Ugami had a second chance opportunity, and there's an open net.
He leaves it open! Oh, but Curl able to analyze the situation. He takes the open net right there. That was trying to be a pass back from Ugami. Puts a pass Banger by accident. Curl pre-flips out to it. Has enough boost to catch up to Sean and reads the hit. And it is 15 seconds left with Old Dominion on top by 1 goal.
A big goal from Curl there, and 15 seconds left to play. They just have to defend. They really do not have to focus on offense whatsoever. It's just defending that net. Curl trying to play some defense there as it'll go back into their zone. 5 seconds left to play here. So USF trying to get a goal here to tie it up at 2, but at the moment Curl trying to defend, and the ball will drop as Go-God will get the MVP of that match. But a big goal from Curl there in the final seconds to extend the series to a game 5 here.
But look at the massive change in saves. Old Dominion able to come up with the saves to counter their shots. I think they had 11 shots once again on the net. But Old Dominion, when I think, what is that, 8 saves?
8 big saves.
And even with only us having 3 shots on net, having 2 being able to go into the net is critical, especially on shot accuracy right there. And Old Dominion just able to put together what they need, take advantage of the opportunities that they were given, and didn't hand anything free back to the USF.
And, I mean, you just mentioned that the defense there for Old Dominion was so pivotal. They were able to do more with the saves and being able to prevent a lot of shots there. USF had some really good shots on multiple occasions in that game, but pivotal saves from that ODU team made sure to keep the game at bay and making sure to preserve that lead that they had. And it looked like we were going to go to overtime for a moment there, but a big missed opportunity there for Ugami, as like you said, he was trying to set his teammate up, but it was just a missed chance on their end. It was missed timing, and you saw that Old Dominion was able to capitalize off of that and steal a goal basically to end this one in regulation rather than having to go to another OT game where Old Dominion did lose earlier. So big game for ODU here, and it's a big game to look forward to as Game 5 is now underway.
Yeah, so starting off, it's going to be the Mars are going to need to be a little bit more cautious because they were able to bring back this almost a reverse sweep, but Go-God now leaving it open. Well, at least it looked open. I couldn't even see the defender behind the ball. Go-God able to analyze and see that he was going to be there. 50s it back. Keeping a little bit more ball control. They're not really knocking it away as much as they were. Dan going in for the hit, but just misreads it. Curl, unfortunately, low on defense. Might get bumped.
Oh,
but what a hit.
Save.
Dan almost getting to it, but just kind of, I think, put too much behind it. And what a miss from Ugami right there. That was critical. Ugami could have just put that in the top right post, and that could have been an easy goal for USF right there.
And a demolition there on Curl, trying to open things up. Ugami playing everywhere on this field at the moment. And you can see Old Dominion trying to get something going. And a shot off of the crossbar. Another chance from Banger goes above the net. Ugami with another try, and it'll go wide. And oh my goodness, USF with multiple chances there, but not able to capitalize. as ODU will remain tied at 0 here with already a minute gone by here in Game 5.
You know, it looks like a little bit more control from Yagami right there. Just a ball sticking right to the nose, trying to knock it around, but he is currently everywhere on this map, just trying to get to anything, defense, offense, you name it. He's trying to be there. He's trying to be the team while being a team player at the same time. But Sean putting another shot on goal, and Go got able to recover it, going for the aerial hit.
So ODU trying not to do too much here, not trying to make the first mistake in this game. First mistake could be pivotal, and as we're speaking about mistakes, Yagami is there to get the shot off, as it'll be an open lane for him to get the goal at the top of the net, and not being able to save it there, as Banger was there to lead the way to open net, and USF strikes first here in Game 5.
Yep, USF able to read the defensive positions of the Monarchs right there. Saw that both of them were out of the net. Dan just needed to be the one to beat right there. They just forced it past him, and then Banger going for the aerial hit right there. Almost taking advantage of it, and they look like they're just kind of jumping right now, but they're trying to predict and just be ready for those movements, trying to just be in front of the ball if it does get shot towards them, but they weren't able to pick the right spot right there, and it leads to the goal.
So 3:10 left to play here. USF with the lone goal in Game 5 here. And it looks like it's center there, but it's going to go a little too wide for Sean to try to get a touch on it for a shot. And you can see Old Dominion trying to get it out to midfield. And you can see Banger hitting it off the wall. And Curl's actually going to defend it back. And then he'll hit it back in the zone, as it'll be in the right corner for ODU in the offensive zone. Trying to get something going there, but nothing doing at the moment. And you can see Sean's going to hit it up for ODU, but Curl with a shot opportunity that's going to go wide of the net. So it'll be deep in the right side, and there's a center there, but it'll be easily defended by Sean, as ODU is going to try to play it here in midfield, as he'll hit it right down the right side once again.
Dan with low boost, just trying to make the play at least kind of happen right there. Was almost trying to fake him out right there, but just USF able to read the... I'm going to stop real quick.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yagami trying to get a defense, to get to demolition there. It's a big demolition, open net, and Sean is there with the goal. It's a big play from Yagami to open up the lane for the net to be open. Gets the demolition, took the goalkeeper out, and they got the center off of the wall, as Sean is there to capitalize. And USF, with 2 minutes 15 to go in this game, they are out ahead 2-0, trying to seal the deal in 5 games here.
I say Monarchs are going to have to play this a little bit safe, but at the same time, they have to attack at the same time. So it's almost like a catch-22 in that instance. So they're going to have to be aggressive, but they can't be overly aggressive. Once you overextend, then it's going to be just like Game 3. They'll just start having shots go on them, and they'll just have nobody back to be able to guard them.
So USF in command here. Less than 2 minutes to go in the play. Banger trying to get something going up right side again, and you can see that midfield Yagami playing the aerial. And Old Dominion just being defensive right now, trying to get out of the zone. Minute 45 to go. They're going to have to get a little bit desperate here on the attack, because they're going to need 2 goals to try to force a tie here.
Oh, looks like Sean's going to try and take the shot on, but Yagami now coming up behind Gokad, almost going for the demo right there, but they get the demo middle. Kills Dan, but Kuro going to go for the shot, but Sean able to deflect it off the crossbar, keeps it out of their net, but it looks like Dan's going to try and go back on the counterattack, but does not get the hit that he wants. And we got Yagami with a massive flick, but Gokad just able to get to it.
Big save there from Sean, and Sean with a big opportunity. Takes the shot on net, but just Dan is there with the save before he gets demolition by Sean. And Yagami is gonna get the shot off of the pass from Banger in the corner, and that is another goal for this USF team, as they have been locked in ever since dropping that Game 4 match.
Yeah, they've just been able to kind of assess what Old Dominion is doing, and they're just catching them on over-aggression right there, just being out of position, are able to create the demos and openings that they needed, and are just able to capitalize. Like right there, it looks like another shot from Yagami, just the backboard read right there, double touch. Yagami just gets the hit off of the middle, just able to read a read where it goes off a kickoff. Dan not able to read it off the backboard, and Kuro just can't get there in time.
And Yagami with the hat trick. Already got the hat trick in this one with a minute to play. USF up ahead 4-0, as they are looking to close things out this evening with a 3-2 victory.
Yep, USF doesn't even have to worry about being offensive anymore. They can just sit back on defense, not really have to worry about anything.
And you can see save there from Sean, as Justin tries to get the shot on net, and the net will be open for a minute, but Gokad is there to get the defense. And you can see the demolition from Curl on Sean in front of the net, but Banger is there to close it out, as USF has pulled ahead 5-0 in this game. So this one has kind of just gone out of ODU's way. I mean, they've kind of let it go ever since those first 2 goals happened. But like you mentioned, Old Dominion kind of has to get a little bit aggressive here, and for that being the case, they're going to leave spots open for easy goals, and that is what USF has been able to do so to capitalize on these last recent goals.
Yep. Aggression can lead to goals, but over-aggression can also lead to you getting scored on, which is unfortunately what has been happening right now for the Monarchs. So I would say probably this game might be all cut and dry unless the Monarchs start just putting shots on after one after another. But right now we're winding down to the point in time where it looks like it might be over.
Might be all she wrote, but 15 seconds left to play here. Let's see if Old Dominion can try to cut into the shutout, but the aerial down from Bangor, another big shot, another second chance from Sean, and can he get the third? Won't be able to do so, but 2 big chances from USF in the final seconds of this one. So no matter the cost of the fact that they're going to be on to victory in this game, they are still putting the shots on net left and right. No matter the score, they're just making sure to let ODU know that they are the victors this evening and just putting the pressure on them. But I mean, a great effort from USF on their end for being able to put the pressure on Old Dominion and being able to outpace the Monarchs with the boost and whatnot. But I mean, strong effort for Old Dominion overall too on their end to be able to force a Game 5 and being able to do as much as they could, even though that they're kind of outmatched in this one.
Yeah, so leaving this match, they can at least take in the form that they took it to a Game 5 situation. So that way they actually made it all the way to the end of the series. I mean, granted, not winning the series is going to be kind of hurtful. But this is still learning experience for 2 of our players. Both of them brand new freshmen, have never been in this type of environment, especially with these types of competitors. I mean, right now we're in probably the most stacked NACE conference that you can imagine. We have like pro teams that are CRL, we have a few bubble players, and just the teams that we're going against this season are just way above. So I mean, if we get wins, that's more beneficial, and that's just hype at that end. And if we're able to win a series, it's the best thing that we can hope for.
And when we talk about the series in general, what is your overall assessment for them, and what is something they really need to work on going forward?
I'd say just reviewing Game 3 and 5, just kind of seeing where that aggression led to and the decision-making that is going to be kind of critical. Because in those moments when you're trying to make those finite decisions, you have seconds, if not milliseconds, to make that decision on like where you are on the field, where the ball's at, and just figuring out where it's going to go. So, I mean, they can go back, look at that, learn from it, and hopefully come back stronger and better next one.
So we're going to take a short break here. We're going to take a few minutes to get set up, but I believe we're going to do an interview real quick before we give our closing remarks. So stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few short moments as we'll get a player for the Rocket League team to sit down with us for a quick interview.
Welcome back. As you see, we're going to be joined from the captain of A-Team, Evan Kuro. He's going to be the interviewer today, once again, just like Wake Forest. Mainly because the other guys don't want to do it, so I guess it's just going to be him. Overview of the game, go to Game 5. Not the ending that you were hoping to desire, but taking it to a Game 5 situation in a series, you got to feel good about that.
Well, yeah, I was glad that the boys fought back. Like we got boxed in a couple games, lost them bad, but they kept the same energy, and we improved upon it, and took some games off 'em.
Yep, I say going back to that final game, what were some of the kind of decisions that were working and what were the things that weren't working? I say, is there anything just kind of laying there that you all are going to improve upon next time?
I feel like over the course of the series, it was very like you would trust your teammate to go for the ball, but like we just kept losing 50s, so it just got you in the mindset of, well, is my teammate going to win this 50? If not, I don't want to be the one that gets scored on. I'm going to go back. So we just kept going back and just led to more mistakes.
I know defense was kind of more of a heavy set for this series. Was that kind of the gameplay that you were going for? Was that kind of what you were practicing, or was that kind of what you were forced in from the team?
I feel like we practice more on trying to wait for opportunities, not try to force the issue too much, because that's one thing we did in the past and it led to goals against us. So we were trying to play a little bit more back, but they were also a really good team. They had good pressure.
Then overall, how would you kind of rate your offensive attacks? I know there was a few times that it was kind of a little risky, but you were able to make some situations work out pretty well. Was there a lot of communication there on just kind of orchestrating that, or was it just kind of feeling out where you need to be?
I feel like it was more of a natural instinct. Like we were playing more back, as I said, but when we saw the opportunity, that's when we all jumped on it, and we made the most out of a lot of opportunities.
I say overall, you made the most of a lot out of the series. And just overall, it was a great series to watch. You all put on very good games, and really enjoyed just kind of watching everything. And I know it didn't end the way that you hoped, but there's always next week, and you can always get it back.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be coming back here after this next short breaks for our closing statements, and just stay tuned.
All right, and welcome back, folks. We're going to give our closing remarks real quick. But like we mentioned, Old Dominion 3-2 loss. There was definitely a lot of improvement that you can see from them from last week, but there's also a lot more things that they need to work on as well. And like you were mentioning with him in an interview, and when we were talking off of the break, it really is just about who's on their game, who's not on their game, and it just seemed that USF was just so locked in that match where Old Dominion was playing very good, but USF was just playing better, and that was basically the disadvantage for Old Dominion in this one.
Yeah, it comes down to reading those types of situations. With people that are experienced in those types of situations are able to make the most out of what they were, especially in the corners, and able to figure out the passes and stuff that they need to do and the touches, are able to kind of create goals, create the opportunities versus having them just open up for you naturally, or hoping that the other team would make the mistake. USF just able to make that 3-2 win for them. They were able to take home game 5 pretty easily. But overall, like we said in the interview, the Monarchs are going to be able to come back. Everyone kept a positive attitude. That's the main thing about it. They were able to go back, take a breather, and they're going to come back and hopefully win the next week.
So that will be it for Old Dominion Esports this evening. We will be back tomorrow night for another stream. I believe it is Overwatch against USF, and then we'll be back on Wednesday, which will be Valorant against Missouri, I believe, and then we'll have a Smash stream on Thursday when they will have their competition on Thursday night. So those will be our streams this evening. We have tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday with more ODU Esports, so be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to follow the channel if you haven't already here on Twitch and on our YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe as well at ODU Esports, and be sure to follow us on all of our social platforms because we are constantly updating you guys about potential events and also with new merch and everything related to ODU Esports. But other than that, I have been Benjamin Draper.
I've been Ace Conjure.
And it has been our pleasure for casting for you guys tonight for Rocket League. But we'll see you guys tomorrow for more ODU Esports, and have a good night.